Yo, what's going on YouTube? This AD, aka AD Beats LV, with the AD's reaction channel. I'm gonna do this short little video on Big U. I'm sure quite a bit of y'all's been hearing. It's been going viral for last few days or whatever. With the Big U, the Rico federal case. He's getting caught up in all kinds of stuff that they alleging he's been doing. And this brought me back to that short clip after Nipsey Hussle got killed, and he was on live with a couple of his older partners or whatever, and they had a little chuckle off of what somebody said in the comments or whatever. And this kind of brings me back, you know what I'm saying, to my reality of when me and my partners was coming up. And we had certain individuals that was like Big U, you know what I'm saying? Everybody kind of like feared him, you know what I'm saying? You know, they had their, respect as a big homie in our sector or whatever. And they tend to take advantage of, certain individuals in our sector, you know what I'm saying, just off of their rank and who they were. So it kind of reminds me of Big U, and I'm gonna shoot y'all a short story at the end, because this is gonna be a quick video. I'm gonna just show you that like they say, that there's no respect, no love, no honor in the streets, in sectors, especially when you got a big sector and there's a lot of affiliates. There's a lot of people who's claiming that same sector. Everybody's not going to be genuine. Everybody's not going to be for you and have your back, regardless of what y'all claiming. If y'all claiming the same thing, obviously, you would think so. But from my experience, my learning experience, it don't happen. And shout out to OJ. OJ, I appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying? That's my homeboy. We grew up together. He been watching my channel. When my videos drop, he be like, yo, that's what's up. Keep going. And I appreciate you. OJ 747. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it, man. Let's get into it, man. Because I already know you gonna feel this one. You know what I'm saying? Because you was around. So let's go ahead and get into this little clip here. Let's go.
It was like your house, so you a real nigga, then you got one. Live like I got a deal, now you got one. To the top one.
They're saying like they're playing with long too.
It's in my race, it's in my DNA. Remember they didn't want to let me in. They want to see me in the lesbian. They want to see me in the lesbian.
I'm sorry, man, but that song is whack, bruh. I don't know who that is, man. I ain't no disrespect or whatever, but I'm not feeling that when they all like grooving like it's the jam. And that's not it, bruh. Let's go.
He gotta promote his shit.
Hey, check this out, yo. You heard he said Molly Mall, right? Some of y'all know who Molly Mall is, right? I do. You know what I'm saying? Molly Mall, he's the producer. He's a Grammy nominated producer. I think he has some Grammys because he's worked with like Justin Bieber, all these different folks or whatever. But Molly Mall's out here in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? My bad for the technical difficulties, what's going on with the camera. But yeah, Molly Mall is he's a producer out here in Vegas. He got a mansion with the studio in it and everything like that. I've actually been there like once. One of my big homies took me over there. I guess he knew him and all that when I was heavily doing the production and making the beats and all that. I still do that, but it's kind of took the back seat. But I've been over to Molly Mall's crib, and I know exactly who he's talking about, because that story ties into this other fellow that's been alleged that Big U unalived. You know what I'm saying? It's an open case, so I don't pretty much want too much talk about that. But that's where that he was recording that or whatever, and Big U went over to go see him because he wasn't supposedly doing what he was supposed to be doing or whatever. But let's get into it. Let's keep watching the clip.
That's why nigga don't do that.
I want to beat that nigga up.
He made his hands. He caught the other nigga instantly. He caught the nigga. He ain't made
I knew they did it right here, man. The big man, the big fella. That's our Shaquille O'Neal, nigga.
Yeah, he said this is our Shaquille O'Neal. Really? Like, why? Like, I get it, but why? Oh boy, what's his name? Kevin Mack, you glazing, bruh. You know what I'm saying? You glazing, bro. You riding the jock strap, bruh. This is our Shaquille O'Neal. Let's go. Big, you talking about you dig? Who says you dig anymore? You know what I'm saying? It's an old school talk. Look at him. He grooving like the song is it. That ain't it, bro. It's not lit. They got his smile.
Wait, what you waiting on, though? You don't know what you waiting on, though, nigga. What you waiting on? You got to tell us what you waiting on. Justice for them.
Your boy would have been there like,
yo. Now look at Big U face. When they say justice for him, mind you, you know, Nip, he just got murdered or unalived, sorry. Like a day or two before they did this live. And they laughing about it. You know what I'm saying? When I first seen this, I was like, yo, this didn't even sit right on my heart, man. It was like, man, they laughing at bro. You know what I'm saying? He just got unalived and they laughing at. Look, he said justice for Nip, and then look at Big U face. He look like the devil, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at his eyes, and then he gonna throw the neighborhood, bruh. We gonna keep going. Let's go.
You did.
Now you dig, and they all threw up the neighborhood. You know, the neighborhoods, that's their neighborhood sign, but why he look over on the back like that? Why he look back like that? Who he looking for? Who's he looking for?
You did.
Who's he looking back? Who's he looking back for? Is the question. And I always used to think to myself when he did that, you know what I'm saying, that makes him look real suspicious to me anyways, you know, because he tried to play it off and try to look back like that. Are you looking because, you know, you think somebody might be watching you? Why you look back like that after you said that? Y'all through the neighborhood, he laughed, they laughed at justice for Nip. This is just weird right here. And this brings me back to my own life, you know what I'm saying, in situations from back in the day. But we can go ahead and ride it out real quick. There's only a little left.
You did. They waiting on the interview.
Oh, and another one is that they have a mantra or a motto over there saying that you're not a real 60 until you've killed a 60. You know, I don't get that logic. You know, that's a pretty misconstrued logic. That's a pretty twisted logic. You know what I'm saying? Because why would you be considered a real 60 once you killed another 60? That's one of your brothers, comrades, you know, homeboys. I don't get that part. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the video right there. You know, I just wanted to, touch on that real quick because this whole indictment in Big U, and they're charging him with all kinds of stuff, extorting, you know what I'm saying, the PPP loan, allegedly this unaliving that he supposedly took part in. But it just brings me back to my day where, when we were youngsters and we had our big homeboys and big OGs or whatever, and there was like one or two individuals that used to take advantage, you know what I'm saying, because he knew he had some rank, he was bigger, you know what I'm saying, he was respected by the other, big homies or whatever, and he used to take advantage of some of us, you know what I'm saying. Some of us would be, doing our thing, selling a little bit of trees or whatever like that. Because I had a certain instance where, I was doing my thing, and this was a long time ago. I was like in my early 20s or something. Like I'm serving some trees, the homies knew about it or whatever like that. So this big homie who remind me of Big U, he decides that, he wants to come get something from me. So they come over my house. I come outside. He was like, yeah, man, let me get two of them bags or whatever and this and that. I'm like, all right, I'll be right back. So I come back, you know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, let me see him. So, I gave him to him. He was like, all right, can I pay you later? I'm like, he's my big homeboy. Plus, this is the dude that, a lot of us fear because we younger than him, we smaller than him or whatever. And he gets my bags and he's like, hey, man, I'm going to just pay you later. Can I pay you later? You know what I'm saying? Just front me these right now and I'll pay you later. And I'm like, I wanted to tell his ass no. I wanted to be like, dog, you can't give my bags back. But, with intimidation, you smaller. You know what I'm saying? He's known for this and that. He was like, all right, yeah. All right, go ahead. You think I got my money back? You think he ever paid me for them 2 little tree bags? He didn't. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of stuff, that, they do. You know what I'm saying? Just in certain individuals, they got a saying that they used to say all the time, a wolf in sheep's clothing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what pretty much remind me of him as being a wolf in sheep's clothing. You know what I'm saying? He'll come up to you, be all cool with you. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Yo, let me do it. And then he'll just switch on you in the drop of a hat. Hey, OJ, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure. You might know who I'm talking about, but, if you want to really, really know who I'm talking about, bro, just give me a call, bro. I'll let you know who it is. And, but yeah, man. And, to make a long story short, we had a couple guys like that who did some serious dirt to our own guys, but at the end of the day, they had another saying, every dog has his day, right? Whether it be you get locked up, whatever, every dog has his day. I feel like Big U's days came. He's been running around in the streets, allegedly, and all that, but there's proof out there that he's been doing certain things that wasn't the righteous way. So, that's going to have to work itself out. But that saying, every dog has his day, every dog has his day. You know what I'm saying? If you out there doing some weird, crazy stuff to people that, supposed to be your loved ones or family, then, karma's going to come back around and get you. You know what I'm saying? Because that same dude who got me for my tree bags, he did some other underhanded stuff too to me. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't the only person he was doing that to. He's taking people jackets. You know what I'm saying? Remember when the starter jackets, remember the Charleston White thing, but the starter jackets was out. He took one of the homeboys' starter jackets. Well, he has to borrow it and wear it because it was cold or whatever. He was chilling in the house. We was chilling in the house. He's like, yeah, let me borrow a jacket. You think our little homeboy got his jacket back? No, he didn't get his jacket back, man. Dude kept his jacket. You know what I'm saying? And he used to do stuff like that. But guess what? Every dog has his day. And guess where this guy is right now? Just take a wild guess where he's at. He's 6 feet deep. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys that was out here doing this crazy madness is 6 feet deep right now. You know what I'm saying? And hey, things just happen that way. You know what I'm saying? You don't do right by the universe, your family, your people. You know, things happen. You know what I'm saying? And that same dude that did me wrong, that did our little homeboys wrong, he ain't even alive. He's been gone for almost close to get 10 years. You know, so he died pretty young. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't over no violence or nothing like that. It was just that, you know, it was his day. I think he had a heart attack or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, you know. So with that being said, you know, it's like people think they can get away with stuff, you know. They think they can put in some dirt and think they can get away with it. And you'll get away with it at the time being. But like I said, you know, karma always comes back around and every dog has its day. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, that was it. You know what I'm saying? I'm a swing shifter. I got to work tonight or whatever. I kind of woke up early. That's why my voice is kind of deep. Sound like some Barry White or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, I just wanted to, you know, kick that, you know what I'm saying? Because I got to keep this content going. This struck me again. This whole thing going on with this Big U indictment. I'm actually starting to get tired of it because my whole YouTube timeline is just flooded with the Big U indictment case. It's like, it's kind of getting old now. Like, come on, let's move on. You know, we'll keep abreast and, you know what I'm saying? We'll keep up on it, but come on, man, let's just start talking about something else because my timeline, YouTube timeline, is just flooded with everybody talking about it. So I'm like, figuring, you know what? Let me talk about this real quick. Not so much the indictment and all that, but how dudes like Big U, like Debo on Friday, you know what I'm saying? They always have their day. You know, it might not come tomorrow or the next day, but it's gonna come. Like, if you ain't doing right by the universe and people around you, it's gonna come back on you, man. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, sorry about the technical difficulties with this camera. It was popping on and off, but I keep the ball rolling. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna restart nothing. We gonna keep it going. Hope everybody has a good day today. You know what I'm saying? Night, morning, whatever time zone you might be in. You know, just stay safe. Kiss your loved ones, hug them when you leave the house, because you just never know, you know what I'm saying, if you're going to come back. You feel me? So this is AD, a.k.a. AD Beats LV with the AD's Reaction channel, and I'll definitely peep y'all on the next video. All right? Peace.